I want to talk about our PRRs, our price reduction responses, okay? Because this is huge. This is vital. And this is not muscle memory. For probably maybe one or two of you on the call have gotten to the point where this is muscle memory. It's okay that you're not there. This is the hardest thing to get a reflexive response on. And that is when somebody goes, hey, man, we're ready to go. Can you lower the price by $10? Hey, Robert, I'm ready to go. If you could just do 5% on your commission rate, we're going to do it, right? Hey, we're ready to go. If you could just lower the price by, say, 20%, right? We have to be skillful in our responses, okay? And if you guys go into your eastonuniversity.com portal, you can see this PRR workflow, right? Like, hey, can you lower the price by 20%? We discussed pricing 6 weeks ago. What's changed, right? Now, there's an example of a price reduction response. We discussed pricing 6 weeks ago. What's changed, right? Nothing's changed, right? We're just serious now, and, you know, we want to get a deal. Got it. Is there anything in the recommendation that you'd like to remove? Right? There's a PRR number 2, okay? No, we want it just as is, but, you know, we really need to get, I mean, maybe not 20% off. We need to get at least 10% off. I totally get it. You know, according to my notes, you estimated that this project saves you $9,350 a month in your onboarding costs. Does it make sense to get started now? Well, yeah, it does, right? You guys have to have this workflow. And you know, and we won't get into this a ton today, but make sure that you have primary gets and primary gives, to where if you are working with somebody that really needs something, and I wouldn't necessarily give them a discount. I don't like giving discounts. Why? When we drop our price, we're just training that person not, said it 3 times, not to do business with us. Why? They're not a mind reader. They don't know that that's the lowest price. They don't know if I ask Robert to drop his commission rate by 1 point, that's rock bottom for Robert, and he's not going to go 2 points or 2.5 points or 1.5 points if I keep beating him up. This is why our prospects are jerks to us. This is why our prospects say, I need to think about it. Because we have trained them for the last 150 years that the more they delay, the more they bitch, the more they moan, the lower the price goes, right? So have a give. Like, listen, Robert, I really just wanted a deal, Matt. I get it that it's going to save me $9,350, and I don't want to beat you up. You know, I'm just trying to be a hero here, and we're really tight with everything, with our budgets. And if you could just do something for me, that would be really great. Robert, totally get it. I've enjoyed working with you, and I'm more than confident that we're going to get you that $9,350 a month in additional revenue and additional time and labor savings on your onboarding process. And I get it that you're looking for something special, and I would love to do something special for you. You know, here's what I could do. If you could bump your service agreement up from the 12-month service agreement to a 24-month service agreement, benefit to you being you're going to lock in your service prices for 2 years, so there's no way they would go up for 2 years. If we could just go into the contract and change that from 12 to 24 months, what I would be willing to do is include the SKU transfer module. That's a $6,350 value for you. I will pick up the cost on that. I'll cover the cost on that if you could bump your service agreement up to 2 years. Yeah, that actually sounds good. I mean, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it for multiple years. Let's do it. Congratulations, you made a great decision. Or worst case in that situation, Robert or Nancy or whoever it is that I'm working with goes, no, you know, we really can't commit to the 2 years. I get it. Does it make sense to move forward with the agreement? Yeah, it does. Because you've shown them now that you're going to give them something. But here's the difference, okay? Guys, you have to realize this. I can't, when Robert goes, hey, can you lower the price by 20%? I can't go, I want to do something special for you. So if you could change to a 2-year service agreement, I'll give you the SKU transfer module for free. Okay? Huge difference between that scenario of 3 different PRR responses. Okay? And by the way, your first one could be your easiest one, a polite no. Hey, Matt, can you lower the price by 20%? No. right? Not no because, no, I really need to make, just no. Just let them know we don't do it, right? Are you sure? I mean, we really want to move forward with this. Robert, you had the pricing for 6 weeks. What's changed, right? What a great one for my real estate professionals out there. You've had the proposal that we've given you for 2 months and it's had the rate of 6%. What's changed? Well, we're really serious and we're ready to go and we want to sell the house. As am I, and based on everything that you've told me and the price range that you want to be and my knowledge of the neighborhood, I'm perfectly equipped to get this thing sold either on schedule or ahead of schedule for you. Does it make sense for me to start the listing agreement right now? Yeah, it does. Are you sure you can't lower your price? Yes, I'm sure. Right? We have to go through these PRRs. So make sure that you're going into your portal. A worksheet. I know you guys are like, man, I don't want homework. But if I was you, I would go into my portal and I would print out this PDF, your PRR organizer sheet, okay? And I would start writing out, if I was you today, PRRs that transfer responsibility. Okay, let me give you an example of a PRR, a price reduction response that transfers responsibility. Hey, can you lower the price by 20%? Is there anything in the contract you'd like to remove? See how I'm transferring responsibility? Absolutely. I'm happy. If you want to pay less, I'm happy to do that. But I'm going to transfer responsibility over to you and give you the response. Again, we run into this all the time at Easton University. Hey, that particular package, it's too expensive for us. Can you give us the package for less? Absolutely. How many people would you like to remove from the program? Well, none. We have 111 people. Got it. That's why we scoped it out the way we did. Right? And you're not being obtuse. You're not being rude. But I would come up with PRRs that transfer responsibility. Here's another one. I would come up with 3 or 4 of these. PRRs that show surprise, right? Hey, can you lower the price? Bob, you've had the pricing for 2 months now. What's changed? It's okay for you to show surprise. Why? You're following the Easton University sales methodology. That is not, I can't give you a price until you jump through a hoop, give me blood, take a lie detector test, and spin around 7 times. We're giving our price out when? Early and often. And even if we can't give them a exact price, we're giving them, hey, based on my understanding and what you've laid out here, this is something that we fix all day, every day. This is what we can help you. This is what we do. Right? In ballpark, what it's going to cost for us to get the mission accomplished for you is going to be around $11,000 to $15,000 per month, depending on what we figure out as we continue to scope. Right? I want to get the price out early. That positions me perfectly when that prospect asks for a discount to act surprised. Hey, we started talking about this over 3 weeks ago, and we had discussed that our services range from $11,000 to $15,000. What's changed, right? What's changed? You're putting it back in their court, okay? PRRs that remind the buyer of the value. $500 a month for sales coaching is too expensive for me. Can you lower that price? I'm confused. You told me that the #1 person in your office last year made $785,000 and they're not even that skillful, and you were at 300. We're looking at getting you a sales process to get ahead of them. The difference is $485,000 a year. Does it make sense to get started now, right? Remind them of the value. It's really easy for us. It's really easy for our buyers. We do this all the time when we're making major purchase decisions, whether in our personal life or our business, to uncouple the value from the price when? When do we uncouple the value from the price? Right before we got to pay for something. Right before you got to pay for it. Man, I love this. I want it. Oh, totally. I can afford that. I want it. And then right when it comes time to either sign the contract or hand over the credit card, suddenly you uncouple the value from the price. I don't want to pay that. It's scary, right? PRRs that remind the prospect of the goal. Like, let's say you were selling an advertising campaign. Right? Hey, can you guys lower the price on this? No. Oh, my man, come on, we're ready to go. We are ready to go. I just need, I don't know, call it 30% off of your monthly services fee. Got it. You had told me that if we don't get the advertising campaign in line, that you're not going to have enough leads to support your sales team, and you're going to have to cut 3 reps. Does it make sense for us to get started on getting those leads so we can keep the team in place, right? Remind them of the goal. Again, just like it's easy for us to uncouple the value right at the time of signing the agreement, making the purchase, it's also easy for us to uncouple the goal. Why the hell they called us in the first place? Sometimes you've got to remind them, okay? Last one. Remind the prospect of how they will use the offering. Right? Hey, you had told me that, and even for a real estate professional, well, how would they use the offering? You had told me that you want somebody you can hand this off to that understands your mission, that understands what's most important to you, that understands your biggest reason for moving, and somebody that's going to be able to book showings, somebody that's going to be trustworthy, that's going to bring in the right people, the right buyers, and isn't going to turn your house into like an ongoing carousel of looky-loos and people that had no intentions of buying. Because you got some pretty expensive cars in the garage. I get it. I'm with you. I understand what's important to you. Remind them of how they'll use it. You guys had told me that you need these reports in front of your senior leadership every Monday morning at 9. You told me that right now your administration staff is chasing down invoices. And that if you could free that time up, they could start doing those things that you wanted to do in terms of patient outreach. Okay? Remind them of how they'll use it. Again, right at the time of decisions, we tend to uncouple. We uncouple the value, we uncouple the goal, and we uncouple how we'll use it. All we're thinking about is price, price, price. And I realize that a lot of us on this call are in B2B. B2B thinks about price, price, price too, even though it's not coming out of their pocket, okay? No, you know the old saying, nobody gets fired for Brian Cisco, okay? People get fired when they go over budget. People get fired, or at least they think they're gonna get fired, if they go with you and feel like they didn't beat you up on the price. You have to remind them of the value. You have to remind them of how long they've had the pricing. You have to remind them of how they'll use the product. Because they're getting ready to basically sign off and put their reputation on the line if it's B2B. Guys, if you do, this is all really easy for us to go through in coaching right now. Super easy. Why? We're in a vacuum. I don't think anybody's prospect is on this call right now. I don't think they're asking us to lower our price right now. And all this stuff, you're like, dude, I got it. You don't. Because somebody's going to ask you later on today, hey, can you knock 20% off the monthly on this? And you're going to go, let me see what I can do. Can I get back to you? Or worse, can you knock 20% off the monthly on this? Sure. Yes, I got a deal. No, you didn't. Because then they turn right around and go, awesome. Send that over with the new pricing. I'll get back to you after the long holiday weekend. Ugh. And now you call them on Tuesday. Hey, call them to see if it makes sense to sign the agreement. Hey, yeah, so we're looking at it. Are you sure that's the best you can do on the price? Because you've trained them that if they complain, if they give you pushback, guess what? The price goes down. And they can't read what's in this zone, your mind, to know that, oh my God, I really did go out of my way and I'm losing money on this deal. By the way, if you're honest with them and say, hey, I'm going to go out of my way and I'm going to lose money on this, number one, you're not skillful. You shouldn't be in sales coaching because we have to have another conversation about you deserve to get paid for the work that you're doing. If you are truly losing money on the deal, not only is that bad for you and you got to stop doing that, but number two, no good deed goes unpunished. They don't believe you. Nobody believes it when they hear, hey, I'm losing money on this. So make sure you get your PRRs. Make sure that you work on your gives, your gets. Your get could be something as simple as a video testimonial, right? Hey, I'd be happy to, I cannot lower my rate, my fees. We're fixed 6%, but here's what I can do, Matt. I know that you got a situation with the garage there, and the last thing you want to be doing is pulling out $500,000 cars and parking them on the street, because that doesn't do any good. Here's what I will do. If we can get this locked in today, I'm going to make my promise to you that either myself, Mary Beth, or somebody from our team will be here. Whenever you say for showings, I will be here to make sure that no funny business goes on in that garage. Fair enough, right? Have gives, have gets. Okay, there's a great give right there that requires nothing. I'll be here to do the install for you. For Matt, right? And my software people. Hey, I will be here to if you can do this right now, I will give you my commitment. If you can give me a video testimonial when we get this thing installed ahead of schedule, when we start getting you the results that you need, if you can promise to give me a video testimonial, I will promise to be personally involved in this installation. But if you guys don't map this stuff out right now, you're not going to be ready when the time comes. You're not going to be ready in the heat of the moment when, bam, you get hit in the face with a PRR, a price reduction request. Got it? Who's got questions on this or anything else? If you work in sales and you need to make twice as much money as you do right now to really enjoy your life, you've really only got 3 options. Option number 1, you can continue to work your butt off in the job you have right now, hoping for some sort of miracle to happen, where you start taking home double the money while doing things the exact same way you do them right now. That's pretty unlikely. Or option number 2, you can look for another job at a totally different company, hoping you're gonna catch some sort of once-in-a-lifetime wave where sales just seem to flow your way. All right, again, highly unlikely, and we both know waves in sales, well, they don't last very long. Or option number 3, you can click the button here and get instant access to a simple, straightforward sales process that will help you take home twice as much money as you do right now while putting in far less effort than you do today. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University, the most effective sales coaching system in the world. If you click the button, you're going to see how our interactive sales coaching portal and weekly live coaching sessions with me will help you double your income within 60 days. Easton University is more than an interactive sales coaching portal. It's more than being able to ask me questions in a live setting every single week. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Click the button. I will see you on the other side. Your life is about to get a lot better. Click through now.